Use this moment to welcome you all to this wonderful August meeting. So we have all know I'm Dr. Michael Mashiga Apologa, the chairman Moringa Productions, Marketers and Farmers Welfare and Empowerment Association of Nigeria. At the same time, the president, Eden Group Farmers Multipurpose Cooperative Society Limited. At the same time, the CEO, Eden Pharmaceuticals and Drugs Production Limited. At the same time, the CEO, Eden Moringa Productions and Marketers Limited. At the same time, Eden Industrial and Construction Limited. At the same time, Moringa Food and Logistics. We want to give God the glory for this wonderful opportunity. It's a privilege and honor having these dignitaries here with me. Beside me here is a professor, also a senator, a supporter, and a grower of farmers. You're highly welcome. I want to recognize all the dignitaries, also the president of the Middle Belt Youth Development Organization, in person of you're highly welcome, sir. Also by my right hand side, we have the CEO, the Agreco Shift Limited, and also his secretary. You are all welcome. Today, here we are in a joint press conference held today being 28th of March 2025 between Moringa Productions, Marketers and Farmers Welfare and Empowerment Association of Nigeria and Eden Moringa Productions and Marketers Limited in partnership with Middle Belt Youth Development Organization alongside Agreco Shift Limited, holding at Plot 4, Phase 4 Industrial Layout, NYANYA, FCT, Abuja. We are here today to sign an MOU with the Middle Belt Youth Development Organization alongside Agreco Shift Limited. To block the linkages between being experienced by farmers all over the nation, which through synergy and access to organic agricultural input for a better and organically produced products for our local and international market. This synergy is to further educate farmers on how to cultivate and produce products that will meet up with the international demand of organic moringa and pumpkin leaves products, vegetables, and others that is to be exported worldwide from Nigerian soil. We have come to terms with a setback that we have been experiencing all these years by rejection of our products by the international market as a result of spotting chemical substances in our produce, which have caused a lot of setback and also pushed the farmers into poor market patronage and also deprive Nigeria as a country from accessing some international finances or funds for the development of the agricultural sector within the country and have caused a lot of destructions to the land and lives of Nigerians. After years of research and development, we at Eden Moringa, who are the major producers of 100% Moringa organic fertilizer, alongside other related products, which was tested and proved beyond reasonable doubt in all grains, vegetable leaves, and both the yield and the test during consumption have shown the way forward, which is attracting critical stakeholders in decision making for the grassroots farmers. The signing of this MOU today have given us the leverage and the opportunity to call on all Nigerians, and most especially farmers groups and also different cooperative societies who are already coming up for the offtake and also for the distributions of our Moringa products, fertilizers, and other related Moringa products, in order to have the best and to supply back all these organically produced grains to the international market. We are here today in order to also give our clear stance on ground and our readiness to deliver our inputs and products in order to have much grains and much food in the National Food Reserve, which we are all come to terms that for a long time now, the National Food Reserve is empty, which the senators kept shouting, everybody should go to farm. Everybody should go to farm. But most people are saying farmers or the government or the senators have not given them the fertilizer, but to enable them go back to the farm. And also unemployment challenges in the country as a result of synthetic fertilizer that have caused harms to our land today. We are in the same line here today in order to address the world and to tell all on how to end the insecurity challenges in Nigeria. Not by gun or exchange of fire, but by engagement of the unemployed through farming and cultivation. In addition, the various groups and associations have now come to terms that without supporting the farmers and general public, there is no how Nigerians can be successful in combating the insecurity that has been staring at our faces and has been a bigger threat to the farmers, not only to the farmers, but to Nigerians, applied not only to Nigerians, but to Africans, and not only to Africans, but to the entire world. We have come to terms that we can only solve this Nigerian economic and social problem by engaging farmers. Not just engaging farmers, by giving them inputs. Not just by giving them inputs, but by giving them this organic produced Moringa fertilizer, which will restore back our dead farmlands that has been destroyed by chemical fertilizers and other extracts, which has caused a lot of setback also to the national produce internationally. Because we are all aware that most Nigerian products, if you are shifting or shipping out anything Nigerian agricultural products in bulk, be ready to face some of the sanctions. That is why, sometimes the Ministry of Agri or other government officials, they will say there is no export, that farmers are not allowed to export Nigerian produce in large quantity. In another way, we are aware that it's all being played because there are a lot of chemical fertilizers in the soil, and it has affected our grains. And if you are shipping these grains out, whether we like it or not, they will sanction it, and they will then they will blackmail it that Nigerians are exporting chemicals. Meanwhile, all these synthetic fertilizers are all coming from the chemicals that they have imported into the country. Everywhere in the world, in the whole world, when you ask of Nigerian produce, they will tell you that this set of people are not ready to deliver the best products to the international market that is in need of. That is what is being said. I have to tell you, we are talking here in ANDEMPOWERMENT with the experiences that we have. Most of our products we take out, or if we ask for order from the international community, they will always tell us that if they give Nigerian money, Nigerians are not supplying what they demanded for. Why? Because there is poor support. Why? Because the chemicals, or those that have tried that, Their product have been banned and they lost a lot of money. So for people to support farmers, it becomes a problem. But we have to assure you all that what we have exported to Dubai, what we have been exporting to UK, what we have been exporting to Hungary, what we have been exporting to USA, all our products, we have a quality check and we always verify everything that is coming in to this factory before it leaves here. And we are always exporting our products using either cargo plane and the rest of it, which you know that there must be a thorough check on those areas. So we are always free to export them using those links. Yes. So that let them prove us wrong that what we are sending out is not the right product. And that is why we are sure and we are capable and we are too confident. Very, very confident of what we are producing here. And that is why we are also calling on farmers to share this, go and test and prove us also wrong. That is why we are talking today. In the same line, I know most of our researchers have been out there bringing up reports on our development, on what we have been doing. Sometimes people say we always shared out, or our words are always too strong for the government to bear. We always let them know that if we don't talk to our government the way we're supposed to talk on a respective way, they won't even hear and know what we are doing. I know most of the times, most people say we should apologize. We always tell people, what are we apologizing for? Have I abused my president? Have I abused any governor in Nigeria? No. Have we abused any senator? No. We have not. All you hear us saying is that, please, Mr. President, you have cut off input, supply, and support to farmers. Please bring it back. Yes, sir. All we are saying, senators, you are there representing all your various wards. Please, try by all means and tell the presidency, the ministers, and all the governors that even the insecurity that they are fighting, they can never, we kept sharing it, they can never solve it without engaging farmers. Farmers are the only links to solve all this kidnapping, all this banditry, all this robbery. How? Most of those people that are into all those kidnapping and robbery, they are poor farmers that input supply have thrown them off. When you cut off input supply or support, or maybe let me say subsidy in giving agricultural produce, you are building more teams of armed robbers, more teams of kidnappers, more teams of bandits. That is why when you kept calling foreign investors to come into Nigeria, they will keep looking at you. You yourself, you are a problem to yourself in the country. How do we come to join this country in solving this problem? I want to assure the president today, by this press conference and a joint press conference with our brothers here and also our Middle Belt Forum. Our brothers said this, they have links to all the agricultural farmers or suppliers and the rest of them all over the country and outside this country. They have been using African Development Bank links to support farmers, and that is why they are also here today. These are all linkages that if you call a farmer, you know, sometimes we talk of Moringa. Most people look at us that why are we hammering on Moringa? Let me tell you, Moringa is the only fertilizer that can restore Nigerian soil. If you get Moringa right, every other grains in Nigeria will do well. And everybody will be interested putting his money into agriculture. This is the first time in history that I have seen the calls and money. I've seen calls and money from Nigerians that are outside Nigerians. They kept calling, they said, You have proven to us with your fertilizer that we can now come back home and put 1 grain on ground, and we are sure of getting back 100 grains back. That is just the fact. We are not just talking because we have given our fertilizers. We have pushed it to all the government agencies, any government officials, anywhere. We will tell you, take this one, go and do it and say we have not been doing well, or we have not produced the right fertilizer. Challenge us and prove us wrong. That is what we have been doing. And it will also be a distraction to us. Today, I think everybody that comes here, I want you to go back with at least 5 kg of one fertilizer here. So that you can also prove us wrong. Go and test it and prove us also wrong. That our fertilizer is not doing well. And we want to also tell Nigerians that what we are doing now, you can see there, we have extract of Moringa in here that can produce over 1,000 trailers of fertilizer. Most people say, people always complain, do you have the capacity to produce? We said yes. With Moringa, only 1 ton of Moringa, we know what we are getting from other fertilizers. I mean, how we are producing this fertilizer. We can carry only ordinary sand and fetch that extract that we have produced here. The research that we have done. It took us 16 years. We have seen hell and we have seen battle. I know that God has strengthened us and have graced us to bear all these shames so that we can now produce this fertilizer and tell the world, even if anywhere grasses are coming up that you say your grains are not doing well, just after planting, between 10 to 14 days, just fetch the fertilizer and put it under there. Just leave it. Let there be water to water it. Then 21 days to 27 days after the first application, do the same. And come and tell me that your grains or your crop have not done well. We are doing this today, not just doing that. We have given and we have liaised with financial institutions. I know government are a little bit working on their own. We will continue to appreciate our president, but we always tell our president, we want to appreciate you more. I will be the #1 person that will go out there on all the radio stations in Nigeria and TV stations and sing the praises of the president by supporting agriculture. I will be one person that will shout where people that doesn't want to hear president talking. If he supports agriculture, not on political way. Most of the support that are coming on political ways, not on political ways, but the right sourcing and getting the right farmers or aggregators that are there to meet up with the farmers. Extension officers that are there meeting up with the farmers that yes, the president have given so bags of fertilizer, not chemical fertilizer. You know, I always correct. I said, any enemy of Nigeria, if you see somebody importing fertilizer, chemical fertilizer in bulk, I call him an enemy of Nigeria. Yes. If my president wants us to do well, we can produce this. If locally with my few staffs on ground, about 50, every day we know what we are producing. How much more if I have the main machines? What we are doing, if you can carry money, Nigerian money, go and give to any company out there that produce fertilizer and supplies to Nigerians. Why can't you take that money and give to us? Let us produce it, because this one, the raw material is still coming from the farmers, and what we are paying, just have you having a plot of Moringa. Plot Moringa will be given 100,000 naira on monthly basis. As worse as it is, just take care of your Moringa. Only one plot gives you 100,000 naira. You can have one plot of Moringa, and then you can now cultivate 10,000 or maybe 1,000 hectares of rice. This Moringa, you know that is something that every month, as you harvest it, another one is still coming up. You harvest it, another one is still coming up. You can keep this one for your Maggi at home. Your children will be eating from it. Your other brothers. If others youth are seeing all these plots coming out with money, a youth that have the capacity to produce 1 hectare is making 1 million naira on monthly basis What will make him to go and kidnap somebody that he will stress himself and knows that whether he likes it or not, whether they caught him or not, Nemesis will definitely catch up with him. What will make somebody to go and stress himself to be using gun, shedding blood? Well, you have cool money coming out from ground that God has already blessed. Nigeria has one of the best soil all over the world. It's always a shame when I see Nigerians running out of the country. Anytime I travel out, if I spend 1 week, I will see as if I'm in hell. I'll be looking for ways to come back. Yes. Because I know I have something doing here that is better than last. I can only be afraid running to the bush when I'm against bringing something that will change the lives of the youth. I have built a lot of armed robbers when I was still coming out. I will carry new motorcycle and say, go and walk and leave that work. And they have done that. Why not now? I have more idea on this land. Somebody have 1 hectare and is making 1 million naira every month. Your own is to stress yourself and plant it for only 4 months. That is all the battles. Any battle that you face there. Sometimes people say Moringa carries spiritual this thing. There is no any spiritual there. That is how the plant is. Just plant it. However it is, it must grow. As water is dropping, it must grow. And leaf must be coming out. It's the leaves that we are harvesting. You harvest 1 leaf today, whether you like it or not. After 1 week, another leaf is already coming out. You harvested another one. Just give it. That is how Moringa is. Then when you get this thing right, and then we are now producing, we extract and send the one that is going for pharmaceuticals, drugs production. National Institute of Pharmaceutical Research are on our drugs production. We tried doing that in UK, they ate our money. We tried doing that in US, they ate our money. We tried using that in Hungary, they ate our money. The same thing with Dubai. We come back and say, I better fought with Nigerian agencies here. If they like it or not, let them do it. If they don't do it, it's going to be to our shame all. And then likewise, go to National Veterinary Research Institute. These are research I have done more than 12, 13 years ago on how to coordinate and get this Moringa. Take care of avian influenza in all these animals, swine flu and the rest of them. These are research I have done practically. That's why I said anybody that challenge me, come up. I will prove to you wrong. When I prove to you, if you want to challenge further, I will say go and study what I've done 10 or 15 years ago. Then come back and challenge me. These are facts of what we have done on ground. Nigerians have one of the highest research institutes and organizations all over the world. What are we researching? What are we bringing out? And that is the result of what we have done today. And encouraging, and to use this medium to encourage all the government sectors, the ministries and agencies. You will say the Ministry of Mine have nothing to do with farmers. If you don't support farmers, the farmers will make the miners or the foreign investors uncomfortable to go to the city there and mine what they want to mine. The farmers that you refuse to support will turn to become kidnappers to the oil builders there. So every sector of the country needs to give attention to farmers. You mustn't be, if your ministry is either whether you are NNPC or petroleum and the rest of it, you can still support farmers with your money so that it will give your products also a leverage to move freely anywhere all over the country. And your investors can go to any village. You on your own, as the head of that agency, can go to your village and sleep and play with your loved ones that you have started together. Today, a lot of our politicians cannot go to their various communities. Why? Kidnapping everywhere. Solve this problem and we are done with it. May God help us and grace us all.
Our friends, ladies and gentlemen, to this wonderful conversation. You are all welcome in Jesus' name. And I also want to thank our able brother, Dr. Mark Ishmaelika Aflega, who go have meeting before us to bring something not just to celebrate the national state or in a country or Middle Belt, as I just make sure that he used our name Middle Belt, but entire world. So thank you for that. And I also want to thank my able grand patron by the name Professor Ayos Ahaga. You're highly welcome, sir. Why we deem it necessary to see that we will have an MOU with Moringa Protection Company. When I saw it on the internet, it figures I said, what is this Moringa talking about? Although in those days when we were kids, we used to see Moringa, our parents would prepare local soup. And taste is very okay. We would take it, we never knew that it was medicine. But how come Moringa will still teach Moringa up to date? So when this young man was explaining through internet, I saw him, I captured him. This person, see, actually know what he said. When I discover more and more and more and more, and I became confused. I became to exchange contact with him. We speak. In fact, it did not take too much time. I came personally. I visited this place. What he has shown to you people, that's exactly how he went around with me and introduced all these things. And I was looking at this. This. Can this thing happen here? Just like how a city said, can this thing happen in Israel? That's exactly what I was thinking. So in fact, by the stress I got through my pursuit of to see how I lead the middle belt to the promised land, I have serious stress that is developing BP. So when I came, he just gave me one tea, that's just like Lipton. He gave me just a packet. He said I should take this one. I said, for what? He just laughed. He didn't even explain to me. So I went home. When I explained to him that this is my problem, he just gave me this. And he mentioned other ones that are very, this one. He mentioned some high level. I said, yes, he's giving me this one. How will this do? I think, can I come up with those high level ones? So I was speaking within me. So I just took that one and went home. When I took it, first, second, third day. Now let me tell you the truth. If you ask that we should run here now, without taking any other thing beyond this, well, I can do it perfectly. Because I'm speaking, I'm so urgent and I'm feeling much okay. So the essence of, in summary, the middle belt have been a very necessary. We are waging war against hunger at our own level. Yes. But when we hear more from him, we have decided to say, nah, we're not just waging war against hunger, but we're waging war against strengthening our naira in the country in order to have a bumper food harvest in the country. So in that regard, I felt that I need to mobilize the entire youth in the middle belt. So that everybody, first and foremost, what we needed to get is the raw material. What is the raw material? Is the moringa. So this is war against farming moringa. Not war against hunger now, but war against farming moringa. So we have passed the stage of hunger. You are getting me? So if already you are fed and you need to be healed now. You need treatment now. So we're no longer for food, but we're targeting health now. So we have to work extra hard to make sure that we produce moringa in abundance so that the production of these things will continue. We said we are going to have MOU, and the company have decided to say they will serve as their sole distributor. I say if we are to serve as their sole distributor, they measure other continents. I say if you will get more war that the one who knows that can be added, maybe triple this one, I think we can do that supply. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Today, that's what's happening. If you have a heap of pounded yam and maybe 2 pieces of meat, you first finish that pounded yam before you eat the meat. And that's how it is in Africa. It's practicable almost everywhere in Africa. I'm saying that because our prof will speak last. May I now invite the former acting rector, of Nazareth State Polytechnic, Mr. Michael Ibrahim, to say something, after which Prof will now talk and we finalize everything. Okay, we have another organization here.
Yes.
Okay. Mike, after you, he will come up and then Prof will speak last. Just two minutes, please. 2 minutes.
Mr. MC, you are right. I was privileged to be the acting rector of the Polytechnic in Latvia, even though for 4 years, and that remains the designation in the records. I'm highly privileged to be part of this epoch-making event. I listened carefully to the Chief Executive, the CEO of Eden Pharmaceuticals, and allied organizations that is heading. And at the point, he kept making reference to the idea that it should be proved wrong along the line. I want to state that with the outlet that is being created now, it's going to be proved right. The scope of the work of this company and the allied critical stakeholders is national and international in nature. I understand he is from Nasarawa State. I'm sure His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Nasarawa State, and NYANYA will be very interested that one of his own sons is spearheading this great occasion that we see a lot of regulation in the agricultural sphere.
Yes.
I say this because he is also very interested in terms of making sure that it's food security. One thing I take from this particular development is that the fertilizer, apart from the other products, is organic. And when we have organic manure being applied to plants, it's health. The chemical manures will always carry in it things that will affect the one using it. But this one, there will be no consequence. Rather, it will ensure a more healthy populace. And I do believe that involving the Middle Belt organization means broadening the tentacles, broadening the scope of influence that this would have.
Yes, sure. Yes.
I'm sure it is going to be a starting point that it will spread beyond the Middle Belt. I trust that this, which I'm sure God had in its own, is going to expand. Prayers have been said, and I pray that government will really intervene so that we can have this spread quickly in our nation. Thank you very much.
Okay, I don't know the name of the organization, but anyone.
Agreco Shift Limited.
Okay. Decide who speaks among the two.
Thank you, everyone. I want to sincerely appreciate Dr. Michael Ashimashiga Akoloaga for this initiative. I count it an opportunity to be part of history. In a time where the whole world is crying of hunger, this organization is taking a bold step to change the narratives of agri-finance, not just producing, but providing 80% input financing guarantee for smallholder farmers is a history.
Yes.
And I think we should be appreciating God for what this man is doing. And also, we as Agreco Shift Limited, we count it an opportunity to be part of the distributors and aggregators of this company. And also, to this effect, with this MOU we are signing today, we'll be opening up a warehouse in Kabusa for Moringa, Moringa fertilizer, which we have some former product there. And also, we are making arrangement for another new warehouse, which all the allied product of Moringa we want to be the major distributor in Nigeria. And this is actually one of the ways we know we can transition Nigeria from depending or total dependency on chemical fertilizers to organic. And we believe is history in the making. And we believe more development and more press conference will come when the warehouses are officially launched. Thank you very much.
In addition, thank you so much. In addition, I'm also the Partnership and Cooperative Director for Agreco. As we speak, effort is also on ground where we discussed with him yesterday. We are taking it beyond Nigeria. As far as the East Africa is the first point we are starting with, we want to make sure that these products are also spread across the global stage so that it will not even serve here alone, but also strengthen our currency like the President mentioned earlier, because what makes a currency strong is when you export your product, and other countries also request for that, and that is one of the moves we want to do. So once more, we want to appreciate the effort he has put in so far, because it is not easy. He has fought a lot of battles, and I believe we are all here making history. The future will remember all of us present here today on this very case of this MOUs. And thank you so much for your time.
So it's a double-barrel MOU that we're going to sign today.
Yeah.
So congratulations. The name of the company?
Agreco Shift Limited.
Okay. It's a pleasure. We are going to network with you while you cover the FCT. We will do at the surrounding levels. So that's what we are going to join hands together. Prof, sir, if you wouldn't mind, we came with some farmers here. They want to ask 1 or 2 questions. Probably when they ask, the MD will respond, and then you close. Yes. So, yes, I'm sorry for that. No. Sorry for that. I'll begin first with we have a PhD excellence here among the farmers that came. So, Mr. Samuel, please, can you just stand there and talk? No, we are not using any mic. Okay. Provided you can come where there is.
No. You can come. Let's put on there. Jump on.
I duly respect all the protocol already established. As appeared to His Excellency the Executive Governor of Nasarawa State, Engineer Sule Abdullahi, I want to say something little here. I happen to be a member of Middle Belt Youth Development Organization. And appeared to His Excellency, I just have to say something. Our governor is always looking for an opportunity and friends like this. And I feel if I did say something and later on he heard that I'm here, I think he will correct me. So I just have to say something. Ladies and gentlemen, I will want from this press conference, the door should be open for this company and the partners. Not because I want this company to be inculcated into politics. No. But administratively, they own the key of every establishment in the country and the state, the local government. Therefore, I am pleading, please, the governor should open the door widely for this company. And the governor should serve as a major link to the president so that this company should be introduced to the president directly. And then the company director should sit down and digest everything down to the president. That will help a lot. Because if we are to follow some stages, politics will come in, blockage will be there, and therefore I am pleading that the governor on hearing this, I'm sure he's going to hear this through the medias. I am begging that he should open his door because I'm here as his sole representative. I am directly open the door to the governor that he should open his door for you people to go in and digest everything. Thank you very much. May the Lord help us.
Amen. And also as a PA to the governor, we are always privileged. I've sent the samples to Enugu State, where governor, through the Commissioner of Agriculture. So if I have not done it to be sent to our state governor here, who I'm a lawyer servant to him, that means I don't want my progress. We want to send 5 bags of 50 kg, not this 5 kg. 5 bags. So that let the governor, we will send it through you to the governor. Say it's just an appreciation for allowing you to come. So that let him share it with the commissioner. Let them go and try it. And then let's see how we can all see how we develop our society.
Well, you are almost letting me to let the cat out of the bag. We as Middle Belt Development Organization, we are going to organize the launching of this fertilizer in Kasara. And the governor will be the one. We are going to book him. He will be the one to be. So you will be there by the grace of God. We have our own plan. It's not just to sign the MOU here. The brain is working together.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Joseph, before you want to, please be very brief.
I will be very brief. I stand on the existing protocol. Doctor, I have heard you very, very well. You have spoken excellently, and you touched on prominent things. The question is this. We have a challenge. You touched about security, insecurity. I will have a challenge with the herdsmen. I'm just coming right away from farm. I link up with them in Apanga. You find out that people have the zeal to cultivate cassava. And that is the rainy thing these days. What are we going to have to curtail this excess of destruction by these Fulani herdsmen? Secondly, I want to know if this organization have an insight or have a product that will be able to control weeds so that farmers will have a lot. That's my question. May the Lord bless you. And I will still tell you that yes, I've come to stay in this company, and maybe the campaign is not fast spreading. We pray that it will spread by this time.
Sorry, there are 2 of them, so let him answer. The other person asks his question so that you can fire the 2 questions. You need biro. I can always pay that. Like you pay for it.
Yeah, we.
Commission for it. Please, can you ask? Tell us your name and then you throw your question.
My name is Moses Wian. I thank the president when the sharing of his view to my elder brother, the former registrar, Mr. Lavani. I was there when I had them finished and I grabbed a 3 form out of the form they have. I said thank you for that. So I think that Mother's Cook is my colleague. I work in the government house. I'm a kitchen staff. So I think all the message I have had it, and I think if I report, if I go to office to maybe next week, I think my colleague, I'm going to discuss more about this Moringa product to them. My question is, I'm a ginger farmer. I started it last year, and I have a little deceit. My question is that when I put more interest on Moringa, and the ginger, can I have a good from a buyer to take it off? Because something happened. When my elder brother released a little, sell for the buyer, he sell it for 1 pound like this. It was 70,000. After a week, the person that bought for him sell it 150. So and I pick interest, and I bought a little keeping. And I'm asking that this organic fertilizer can grow it well. Yes. That is my question. Yes.
That's all right.
Okay, if I finish producing, I want this Moringa company to help me set the market so that that insult will go out of us. That is my question.
Very, very nice.
Thank you. Please, can we give a round of applause? Okay, the MD, please, I'm silent there. The other side, all of them are farmers. Not all of them are farmers from across the middle belt, not only Nasarawa State. The MD will answer your questions, and then the prof will round up.
Oh, thank you so much for the questions. I know, anything that has to do with farmers and headers issues or crises, you have to follow it with wisdom and at least technically. But I've done something years back that I think those things became an issue when the former Minister of Agri, he said he had one small boy is talking about importing grasses that is challenging him. What I did is this: 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, those years, my research with National Veterinary Research Institute in Vaughan, I think for the first time, the prof by then, Dr. Ahmed, the ED, kept asking questions. He said, Moringa is just for water treatment. Why are you pushing harder for us to take Moringa as one of our products for extract to produce vitamins and vaccines for cows and other poultry and the rest of them? I told him, I said, sir, that is what I have seen. This is the only way to solve these headers and farmers crisis. Let's do it. He said, no, you don't know anything about that. I said, no problem. I kept pressurizing him. The last word he used, he said, this boy is feeling hungry. Look at his status. The only thing we can do, let's just support him. Give him an order to supply those Moringa. When they gave me order to supply 2 tons, as of 2010, I struggled. I managed to supply 1 ton. Meanwhile, I made mouth that I can supply tons on monthly basis. It took me 1 month to get 1 ton from Kagbu, Nesaragon, and all those adaptation, Lafia, all those axes, Garapu, all of them. I kept moving up, trying to harvest Moringa dry, and the battle I faced that time is when I submitted it, and then after the research, the one they did in cows, the one for poultry, the one for other animals, the one for cows, and I told the ED, I said, sir, if Fulanis will understand this model we have used here, by you people writing to the federal government, letting them know how to use this based on what we have done here, then we won't have any crisis. Cows will just be in one place. You can go and cut grasses, any kind of grasses. The Moringa that they have harvested, they sold the extract or the leaves, the twigs and the waste, they crush it and mix it with any kind of grass that doesn't even have any nutrients anywhere. Just drop it for the cows there, let them eat it, and see whether they will be better than the one that will work 1 month in the bush without having the nutrient that this one is having. He said, you this boy. I said, sir, I just want you, if you can help me, let's do this. These are links that we have done in order to have these cattle ranches. By Fulani on their own, not taking their cows, stressing themselves, traveling miles to go and look for grass. Just go and cut any kind of grass or carry rice chaff, carry waste. Just bring it on. The Moringa you have cultivated 1 plot, only from the twigs, the waste, you will just be adding to them. Your cows will live more better, and the Fulani will get more money. So there is no any issues of traveling, going to farms, destroying farms, or looking for cassava to eat and the rest. These have solved the problem. The man said they won't allow that to work. After that research, it was UAC, True Grand Cereal and Oil Mill Limited. They invited me. They said, are you aware of what we have done in National Veterinary Research Institute? I said, sir, they didn't let me know now. Have you collected the report? I said, they asked me that if I collect my money, they don't want to see my feet in the institute again. I said, yes, I ran away. He He said, are you aware that we went to that research together? I said, he said, with that research, we cut off mortality totally from poultry. Yes, totally. With that research you have submitted, we have cut off all these arthritis and diseases of cows that they always have. He said they have destroyed it totally. So he said, come and be supplying us 30 tons on a weekly basis. I look at them around away. Only 1 ton took me 1 month. Since then, up to date, if you're asking Nigerians to supply 30 tons on a weekly basis, you can't get it. I managed to be supplying the one we take to US last 2 weeks. How many kg? We kept battling every day, encouraging farmers. There is money in this. Why our country, everywhere economically people are trying, the country cannot get any foreign exchange. After some meetings, some few banks came up to me, kept looking for me up and down. They kept calling up and down that CBN have given my name. That I'm an exporter, let them see how they can do. I say, have the CBN told all the banks not to even support me in 2013. Let them bring the money, let's see how we can help. So that let the foreign exchange come in. We have so many, the demand of my fertilizer from Ghana and other countries here, I cannot truly, even locally, I have not even done done it. How much more do I export to the international community? So what we are trying to say is this. All these cattle headers crisis is a very simple something. Very, very simple. If the presidency, if they are going to work on it deliciously, I'm telling you, both the cattle and farmers headers crisis, both the kidnapping and banditry and the rest of them, these are things that within 6 months, when we don't come into it politically, when we come genuinely to solve problems, within 6 months, President Tinubu will write his name in history that they have changed the record. Not by gun, as we have said, but by total commitment. Then talking about herbicides and insecticides, we are developing one. We kept trying it, we kept working on it, and we are seeing the result. I believe in the next 1 week or so, we'll have more better results. Even the fertilizer, we kept telling people, what I give you today, tomorrow I'm growing higher. I'm improving in it. So I don't want to relent on what I've done yesterday. Every day I'm working to make my fertilizer more better. That is why I say, even at worst as it is, import any fertilizer, and let's look at the price of those ones and look at my own. And then let's look at the yield and look at my own. Let's see which one is more far better. So God will continue to help us. Amen. Like the ginger farmer, we are talking of offtake and see how we can make more money. You know, I know the crisis that ginger farmers have experienced with the outbreak of, there's one disease that really dealt with all the gingers all over. Some of these fertilizer or chemicals or seed that they use, you know, people complain of even all these GMO and the rest of them that have been supplied. I said anything they give you, collect it. Use Moringa fertilizer on it. Let's see whether those, you know, the way Moringa is dealing with all these viruses and bacteria in the body. Likewise, anything that they have injected anything in it, any crop or grains that injected anything, use Moringa fertilizer to neutralize it. So those are the things we have done in order to make farmers have more better opportunity. And then like the international market, they are truly calling us, asking for this. Where do I have it to go and begin to share the ginger? If they give me the order, I don't have much. I will not spoil my name that I want to supply ginger. Meanwhile, I've struggled, I couldn't meet up with it. It becomes a challenge to us. So what we are trying to do now is that with these linkages that we are opening up, with the 80% financing of farmers, we want to assure not only Moringa farmers, it's all over. You can cultivate other plants. Just submit, let's go for the first batch, and let's see what this country will be. May God help us.
Can the Moringa be used to repel animals?
It's not, you know, it's not like Moringa now. As this Moringa is, a goat will prefer to die here. So there's no way you can pursue it. You can't repel it from eating Moringa. So the only thing that you have to do, but if it is cow, you have to remove the leaves. You crush it and mix it with their fruit. The cows directly doesn't. If you see cows entering Moringa farms, they only eat going in there to match it, or to scratch their body, and then to push it down. The process of scratching their body. They don't eat it directly. It's only rams, all these cows, goats and the rest of them that eat it. So these are but once the Moringa grow up to a level, they can't even be How many can they even eat? So these are few of what we have done.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Bro,
I think that
you have your audience.
okay, we wanted our
Okay.
executive. You know, they came back when
Okay, they are
they,
eating or
yes,
something.
this is the Northwest coordinator.
Okay, why is not central?
No central. Up to now, I've not seen it.
They'll come. Okay. I also came late.
Okay, no,
Yes, all protocol you observe.
thank you.
There's a Benue man, there's an agent in my village that says it's very easy to wake somebody who is sleeping than to wake somebody who is pretending to sleep. When I saw in the platform that we are having meeting or the Bilibet forum is going to sign MOU with the association, I say yes, Michael has gotten it right. Because the middle belt, whether the nation like it or not, we are farmers.
Yes.
We are farmers. And that is why the organization, the Moringa organization here, is having it tough with the government. They are only pretending to be farmers. For really farmer, when you say come on farm, see implement, they will rush in. For somebody who is pretending to be a farmer, you start asking him, where do I get this, where do I get that? Even like a very poor student who don't know who is not prepared for exam. So okay, we are writing chemistry or geography, also what's my subject tomorrow. Till like this tomorrow or tomorrow, he will never be prepared. But somebody who has the knowledge, puts you on ground, will tell you this is me. So I sincerely appreciate each and every one of you for the promises and the time you took in voting out to come and be with us here. Please, before I sit down, somebody says he's going to open door. That is this man. From here, from Moringa farm to government house in Nasarawa. Well, my director also said he has already done that. But then, you are now going to give it a very strong push. It's very easy to say on paper, do. How do you follow it up? And that is the major challenges we have. Many things have been said, but doing is another thing. But we say and do. That is why Michael, till tomorrow, I used to fight him. Every day I go to go, yeah, I will say Michael, correct this one. He said, leave me. I will follow him pastor and say, do it, say it. So always fight, because he knew exactly where he's going. He knew where he's coming from, he knew where he is, and he knew where he's going. And that is Michael for you. And by bringing these people, if there's any deviation from what he said you are going to try this 5 kg for, come here and challenge him, you are proving wrong. Yes. It's the open, don't hide it. Yes.
Thank you.
Michael, you should be ready to take the shape if actually you are not saying the truth. So, gentlemen, I wish you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. I think because of the media, okay, properly, so that the media will sign the MOU, they want to witness the signing.
Okay. Let Oga speak. That's our grand patron. Now we'll make you the news.
Chairman, Chief Executive, Dr. Moringa, Dr. Shimashiga Michael Akoloaga, the Chairman, Agreco Shift Limited, former Provost, National State Polytechnic, the Northwest Coordinator and other zonal coordinators of Moringa products, the President of the Middle Belt Youth Development Organization, fellow distributors, fellow farmers, fellow members of the Middle Belt Youth Development Organization. My name is Professor Yowesehai. I am the Grand Patron of the Middle Belt Youth Development Organization. Before that, I'm a Second Republic Senator. Apart from that, I've been a federal minister power and steel and health. And then I've been Nigeria's former ambassador to Mexico and former High Commissioner of Nigeria to Canada. Let's be clear. The Middle Belt Youth Development Organization is different from Middle Belt Forum. The Middle Belt Forum is a political forum that speaks on grand political issues. This organization, the Middle Belt Youth Development Organization, is a grassroots-based a movement that encompasses the entire youth that are engaged today in the massive responsibility of enhancing food security for this country. And we are very proud of this event and prouder to have heard from Dr. Ashimoshiga Akoloaga, a son of the soil, of the sacrifices he has given to this project in the past and still continues. And I personally am surprised that he has this outfit here. I'm coming here for the first time, and it took me a while trying to even locate it. I'm happy to be here. I couldn't be in another place. And the reason is that my conversion to be a fan of Moringa started 15 years ago when I became the first Pro-Chancellor of Afe Babalola University. We have the largest Moringa farm in the whole country. And Afe Babalola, my leader, himself bases the entire nutrition and pharmaceuticals of our institution on Moringa enhancement and Moringa consumption. Today, we are signing this all-important MOU because we are determined that the Middle Belt will embrace Moringa farming, and we call on all the universities and polytechnics in the country to have Moringa farms of immediate effect. It will have not just a nutritional value, but it will also provide additional resources for the universities. We call on all the local governments to have Moringa reserved forests, where Moringa will be cultivated and kept as strategic reserves for use by our pharmaceutical industries and our agricultural products. We call on the federal government to take Moringa seriously, to take Moringa farming, Moringa production, and Moringa distribution, especially Moringa fertilizer, as a new positive way. We can no longer endure the damage to our soil that is being caused by chemical fertilizers that are imported into this country, which, when they come, they destroy the soil and make it, we become dependent on these chemical fertilizers that are not even available to the farmers. Yes. Moringa fertilizer does the opposite. When you use it in the soil, puts more product and nourishment to the soil, so the soil continues to produce. We call on the Federal Ministry of Agriculture to understand that it is in agriculture that security of this country, both the food security and the physical security, will become solved. The solution must come from the Ministry of Agriculture, not merely in taking some people's land and giving to others, but in providing the people that need nourishment, the necessary food stuff that require cows to be ranched and given moringa products and other food inputs, so they are fed without having to go to other people's farm and take their food stuff that the herders did not farm, destroy it and feed to their cows. We call on the federal government to be careful in their resurgence of the programs that benefit only herdsmen, and the farmers become victims of both federal aggression and herdsmen terrorism.
Yes.
In the Middle Belt Youth Development Organization are committed to bring peace so that our youth will invest in farming,
Yes.
and education, and in health. And in all this, Moringa solves the problem, and I conclude this by saying that one seed of Moringa is more important than an AK-47. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much. Development organization is one thing that I believe that there must be. Sign so that you also see it.
Hold on, sir. Sir, can you please bring me this? I don't know that shifting. This side, one step with it.
Yeah. Are you set?
Looking at
Your candidates, the former Minister of Power and Steel, former Minister of Health, and ambassador to many places. Yes, I know, sir. Yes. Why are you embracing Moringa?
Okay.
Your name, sir?
My name is Professor Second Republic Senator, Federal Minister, Power and Steel, and Nigerians Soil, Canada. The question I've been asked is
Then short video.
No, they will give them their food.
I don't carry my own. I don't carry my own.
Carry now. Carry on.
They will also bring 1 tea. Okay. Let them come.
There are more, there are more, there are more.
She wants to carry from Grand
Where are they?
Just count them.
Let them finish.
Okay, let them finish.
Bring more.
As soon as I accept the law,
You have collected your. Okay. You have collected your DSI? Yes. Okay. Where the Carabao number?
Nini phone zone now can open now can.
Okay.
But you put my own is special. Yes. How can one not president? Yes. How can one not president? Why not? How come a president there? Okay. How come
Okay.
no, nothing.
Added more bag of this. Okay. You will have to decide the one of the special advisor. I have not taken your. You have collected. And the seed after we extract the oil, then the cake for us to preserve it. Yes. Then we have to brush it for preserving vegetable oil for preserve it.
Extract the remaining oil that is inside. Then make it so this 100%.
Moringa powder.
I have to.
There is still pulverized powder again. But the crush part of it is what we will work with in the seeds. After we see this, the crush. Use it to prepare even your tea, and use it to prepare soup. Use it also as spices in your rice. Yes.
That was if you don't have high blood
Okay, it's
BP.
But I have high blood pressure, so I should take it.
So it lowers BP?
Yes, very well, especially the cake. Especially the cake. That one will reduce it sharp. This one is strong, sir.
We have used vegetable oil.
That vegetable oil, that is why you have that have to name it. You see it. Moringa vegetable oil infused with natural. Why they do it? Because most of these, all this vitamin A that they used to infuse on all those vegetable oil, we have to neutralize it. Granite. No, Moringa, from the test and analysis we have used, you know this cake, that is why this cake,
This one is small, this is bigger than
I got proof.
this.